Dan Bongino has been on a wild ride. He went from Epstein crusader to joining the Trump administration to then help cover up the Epstein crimes as well as Epstein's accomplices to realizing, oh, actually MAGA doesn't like when you do that. So then he claimed that if Trump doesn't fire Pam Bondi, I'm out of here. And then he was out of there. For 2 days, he refused to do his job, and then he came back all sad, and Pam Bondi was 100% not fired. So Bongino's ultimatum was set aside. And for the most part, since then, you haven't really heard anything from him because he's in a very difficult position where he was reminded by all the higher ups that he really has no power and they don't care if he leaves. And so he's now getting a demotion, the latest bit of insult to the injury. He's now going to be sharing duties as co-deputy director of the FBI with Missouri Attorney General Andrew Bailey. But don't worry, he's not mad about it. He tweeted, "Welcome," with 3 flags. Yeah, everybody loves when that happens to their job. He's not crying at all in his office next to Kash Patel where he can hear the toilet being flushed every time. No, his life is so great. So what's this about? Why are they bringing this guy in? Well, Andrew Bailey is a total Trump toady. He's a reliable ideological ally of Donald Trump's, and he's also was the Missouri Attorney General. So in theory, he actually has a little bit of experience that lends itself to the job, which Dan Bongino very much did not. And so it could be that this is the end of the humiliation tour of Dan Bongino, or it could be this is just a pretext to him going back to his podcast again a month or two, being evicted from the administration, and then he can work to try to win MAGA back over, which I will remind you, he kind of tried to do a few weeks ago in a very vague way. So he put up this long message. Remember, this is when people are mad at him because he was covering up for the most notorious sex predator in American history. And he goes on to say, "What I have learned in the course of our properly predicated and necessary investigations into these aforementioned matters," he's definitely looking up vocabulary words, "has shocked me down to my core. We cannot run a republic like this. I'll never be the same after learning what I've learned." When the deputy director of the FBI is writing tweets like it's a YouTube clickbait thumbnail, you know that he's going super hard trying to win people back over. What he's doing there is saying, so like I used to talk about the deep state and how I was going to root it all out. Well, now I'm part of the deep state and I'm not cool anymore. So what if there was a deeper state? And I'm never going to tell you who it is, what it's about. You got nothing. It's super vague. It does leave me, Sabrina, with one final follow-up question, though. Where them Epstein files at, Dan?